So the tax data shows us that these tax cuts will go to the top 20% of income earners. Let's, again, make that really clear. 80% of people miss out. The top 20% of income earners will benefit from this tax cut. Those top 20% of income earners will get a tax cut, while real middle-class, ordinary, average Australians will miss out. That's the impact of this legislation that has the support of both the Labor Party and the government. $4 billion in lost revenue at a time when we're being told that we can't afford to fund healthcare, we can't afford to fund our schools, when we can't afford to fund vital social services. $4 billion at a time when our budget is facing so-called structural challenges. Well, rather than ensuring that we take money out of the pockets of the most vulnerable and giving it to those people on high incomes, there are other solutions. We don't support it because it makes income inequality worse at a time when it is one of the great challenges that lies before us as a nation. We won't support it because that $4 billion could be spent on making Medicare more sustainable over the long term. That $4 billion could be directed to ensure that our Gonski funding, or make a contribution to Gonski funding, so that we can provide an education on the basis of need rather than who can afford to send their child to a wealthy private school. We won't support it because we believe that carers and people on single incomes, particularly sole parents, need support rather than having that stripped away. And it is the Greens in this chamber who will continue to advocate for a much fairer and more caring agenda. This bill works in precisely the opposite direction to that agenda.